Story time here, guys. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video. I just want to say a few things before this video gets started, just ahead of time. So I'll make it quick. But all these sentences are from the 2-sentence horror genre on Reddit, and they're by like the most recent. So I mean, like, they're not that old. So I doubt anybody else has read these. So these are all like new. Oh crap. And I just want to say, if you guys have any ideas of stories that you guys would like to read or hear, you can always leave comments saying, or even message me on YouTube. I will always reply to every comment, and I reply to every message or even DM. But from the 14th to the 20th, I will be at 1,000 Islands, and I will not be able to upload. But I will have somebody upload for me from my house, or just from my YouTube channel. I'll have somebody on the job for that. So don't worry about that. But with all that said, this won't be crazily edited either. I'll probably have like fire for the background music, just like that nice fire clicky sound or whatever, or a storm. All right, but we're gonna get right into it. Without further ado, let's get started. Playtime. My daughter claps and giggles as she squeals. Again, Daddy, again. I could only play this game with her all day, but I'm running out of bullets. Abort. I had decided to go through with the abortion, and I was happy that I did. Until I felt a kick on the ride home. The faithless priest. I can't think of anything short of an explosion that could propel the priest into 3 like that. Maybe whoever was in the 2nd-story bedroom didn't like what he was saying. Snowy night. As the snowstorm rages, I'm nervously chuckling to myself as I recognize a faint image of a man outside my window, staring in at me. My smile fades as I realize that there is no footprints in the snow leading to where he is standing. Let's play squash. I lay there, helpless, my legs, arms, back, and neck broken. I will never make it to the colony, so why not finish me off and step down harder this time? Literally, there are many strange things about my son, one being his complete inability or unwillingness to use idiom or nuance. Everything he has ever said has been 100% literal. It makes for some odd moments, but it hasn't really concerned me until tonight when I overhear him tell his brother, Benny, for the last time, go to sleep. Somewhat cliche. I was surprised to see my girlfriend at my door with a gift for me. This was the 3rd time since her funeral. We're going to be a family, I whispered. For hours, I continued observing the smiling faces of my future wife and son from outside the house. Text message. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I hear my wife telling me to go back to bed. I checked my phone only to see a text message from her earlier telling me she'll be sleeping at her mother's house tonight. While looking through old pictures in my phone, I found one of me sleeping. I live alone. Babysitting. I was babysitting my next door neighbor's kids for extra cash when I was particularly disturbed by a statue of what seemed like a clown in the corner of the room. When I rang the parents to see if it could move, they told me to take the kids and get out, for they own no such statue. Good manners. I wanted to tell them I didn't like Kool-Aid, but seeing as everyone else was drinking it, I didn't want to make a fuss. Jill or Mr. Giggles. Her name was Jill. She liked to kill and disassemble the bodies after. She carries a skin doll, real eyes at all, and the voice box so it can laugh with her. Dear Diary, I keep a physical journal every night and hide it under my bed. This morning I found it open on the desk, several letters cut out and rearranged. Open the closet. I could do this all night, she giggled. Then she brought the hammer down on his face again and again. Brian's problem. Dr. Cavendish, I got rid of all my friends that you said I was imagining, Brian said. But now the problem is that when I try to explain, the cops say they can't see you. Mother. I love to hear my mother's voice. Her remains are still in the cellar. My promise. When I was 8, I promised myself I would never commit suicide. I'm not very good at keeping promises. True love. She swore to me that I'd always be a part of her and that nobody could ever separate us. After 6 years in the womb, I'm starting to think she meant it. Newfound taste. The food didn't taste as scrumptious as before. I guess this is what happens when you come back from the dead. I love to sing my boyfriend to sleep. He's been so lonely since my funeral. I want to see other people. Her eyes turned to glass as she fell backwards, directly on the pass of the passing subway. I reached for her and missed. And from her smile on her face, I could tell she was ready to meet someone new. Little blessings. He tucked the letter carefully into his jacket as he climbed into a plane for what he knew would be the last time. He was glad she was moving in with her aunt in Hiroshima because she needed help with a baby due in August. The fun never ends. Mom and Dad threw me a birthday party this morning and they invited a clown. As they tucked me into bed, I heard my mom whisper to my dad, "Call the police, the clown is back." Damn cat. As I was sitting in bed, reading a book on my first night living in a really nice Victorian era house I had just bought, I was startled by what sounded like some of the boxes from the move being knocked over in the kitchen. I immediately blamed the cat, cursing under my breath, but when I started to get up to make sure nothing was broke, I saw her sleeping next to my bed. I hate it when horror short buffers on black screen. The scary face behind me trick is getting old. Gaming system. My console is built to turn on only when someone presses a power button. I was texting a friend on my phone when I heard it turn on next to me. Scares. You feel relief when you realize it was just the cat. You never question what that means when you don't find the source. Halloween. Halloween is my favorite day of the year. It's the only day where I can walk down the street covered in blood and carrying a sack of severed body parts without being judged. Notebook. Remember that notebook we hoped would lead us to your son? We found it buried in the wood and he's still holding it.